Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Simon Show. Today, we are going to go through Mourinho's press conference before the match against Udinese tomorrow. And I'm just going to give you a translation and, explain, react, and give an analysis to what is Mourinho's press conference before a very key match which Roma need to win to get back in the streak of winning, to get back closer to top clubs, which, speaking about top clubs, AC Milan is doing 0-0 against Venezia right now. Inter won, Atalanta won. Juventus finally got their first win of the season. So it's a very important stage for Roma to get the 3 points, and they need to get back winning. And to get back winning, they need to win tomorrow. Because I think tomorrow can be a match which many Roma fans will underestimate. Udinese is a team which, they're not great. Roma should beat Udinese. But weak clubs like Verona, for example, who were last in this area, did surprise Mourinho's Roma. So let's not underestimate this match. Let's focus on it. Let's win this match to prepare the best way possible for the big match on Sunday against our biggest rivals, Lazio. Right. This is not something to do with Lazio. It's not the watch along for Udinese. Let's go through Mourinho's press conference and let's see what journalists ask Mourinho. And let's see if there's a trend when it comes to questions, because journalists do love asking Mourinho the same questions about the same topic. So now, obviously the first question they asked him is about Udinese. This is a Udinese press conference, and a journalist said, "What pitfalls do you expect from tomorrow and the difficulties of facing Udinese?" And Mourinho said that they played against a very good team on Monday. The slap was in the result without the performance. What they did against Juventus or against Napoli can be seen. They are a solid team. If they play with 5 defenders, it is different from that of Verona. It is a different way of playing. They have stability in their game. A physical team that has great quality, in my opinion. A level team will be difficult for us. Now, Mourinho himself, is saying that this match will be a solid match. This match will be a very tough match. Now, I feel like I'm repeating this, and I need to repeat it, because a win tomorrow is a must. And it's not just a must because, Roma lost on Sunday. They got a win on Thursday. It's not just that. A win on Thursday would mean a lot for Roma. One, to catch up with the top clubs which are winning in this game week, which already won in this game week. Second of all, to rebuild the streak of wins and to get closer once again to the lead of this area. And third of all, which I think is the most important reason for a win tomorrow, every reason is important, but this in particular is to prepare the best way possible against Lazio on Sunday for the Roman derby. It is possibly the most important match of this season on Sunday, right? When it comes to rivalry and everything. Roma want to beat Lazio. Roma fans want to beat Lazio. And we couldn't face Lazio in a better way, to be fair. Because Lazio right now is a good team with a good experienced manager like Sarri. But in defense, they are shit. I'm not saying Roma is not, Roma is bad in defense as well. They gotta improve. But Lazio's defense is absolute shite. Roma need to exploit this. And Lazio will probably exploit the fact that Roma's defense is not that great. But Lazio's defense is shit. A win would mean a lot. And we can boast in front of Pedro like we never did before. So Mourinho is saying that tomorrow we are facing a good team. A team which drew against Juventus. A team which did lose against Napoli. The performances have been seen. And something Mourinho said is that if Udinese play with 5 defenders at the back, it will be something new to Roma, because up to now Roma played against opponents, opposition teams, which never played with 5 defenders at the back. And 5 defenders at the back means that the attacking section at Roma need to be focused and need to bag the goals. Because if Abraham, Shomurodov, Zaniolo, if they don't turn up to that match with the focus, with the mindset going, I need to score tonight, Udinese is playing with 5 defenders at the back, most probably. So, Roma need to try and experiment with quick passes, quick triangulations. They will need to find a way to infiltrate in Udinese's defense. So yes, this match, just like the match against Verona, Roma are the favorites. If someone points a gun at me right now and says to bet some money on a team, I would definitely bet my money on Roma. But let's not underestimate these clubs, because just like Verona, they have the potential of surprising us. And Udinese at the start of this area, was and has been way better than Verona, who drew a few hours ago against Salernitana. It will be a very tough match. The 3 points are key, and Mourinho said this. It can be very, very tough. Now, the second question the journalists asked Mourinho is quite a long one, and it's the big chunk, the big speech is actually responding to this question. And a journalist asked Mourinho, has the balance on which you focused got a bit lost? I absolutely, and I can't stress enough that this question is an absolute bullshit question, because these journalists are asking Mourinho something which will make him mad, and just because Roma got lost against Verona, it doesn't mean that the balance on this team got lost. And this is what I absolutely hate about journalists. Roma lose a match, and every single question Mourinho gets asked is, the balance has been lost. How do you react to this? Has the balance been... It's just bullshit. But let's see what Mourinho said, because Mourinho said, we have to work harder, otherwise they gave me a 3-month contract and I solved all the problems. When I say I'm talking about everyone, that's why there are 3 years of my contract and not a few months. In 3 months, you can give something personal to a team if it already exists. Otherwise, it takes more time. If Sassuolo's actions are also a consequence for our ambition, that's not a problem for me. If I lose a game because of the desire to win, that's fine. Even the changes I made in a broken game, that serves to break even more. When Pellegrini moves tired with Cristante in midfielder, he can win or lose. For me, this is not a problem. For me, taking 3 goals is too much. If you score 2 away goals, you have to win, not even a draw. In Verona, we had defensive and offensive problems. I don't want to go into details because maybe Gotti wants to know the details. I can say that we played badly with Verona. Faraoni scored the goal of his life at a time when the game could return. But I don't want to find an excuse. We have lost, and there's another match tomorrow. Now, just to point out that I think Mourinho, laid out this answer to this question the best way possible. Because he started responding to this question, and then at the end, he said that a win is key tomorrow. Now, obviously, Mourinho needs time, and he said this to the journalists as well. This question that they asked the Mourinho is bullshit, because it doesn't mean absolutely anything. In fact, the Mourinho said, you guys can't expect me to do such a remarkable job after 3 months of being the new Roma manager. You just can't expect that. And that's why he said, there are 3 years of my contract and not a few months. In this few months, I know you guys want the wins. I know you guys want this team to perform. But at the end of the day, Mourinho is not an alien. He needs time as well. So time, and he's emphasizing this as well, is key to this, especially in this period where the season just started and there are matches after matches with the Europa Conference League as well. Now, he also said something about the match against Verona. He commented on that match, and he said, for me, taking 3 goals is too much. And that's well said, And it's also well said when you say, if you score 2 away goals, you have to win. And I absolutely agree with this. I know that, there are Roma fans out there which love this club and do not want to think about the mistakes. And I wish every club was like that. I wish every manager was like that. But there are improvements to be made. And Mourinho himself is saying this. When we score 2 away goals, we have to win the match. And the problems were defense-wise, because the 3 goals, in my opinion, didn't have to be conceded. And I absolutely agree with that. And then obviously he had that small banter saying, I don't want to go into details because maybe Gotti wants to know the details. And that's banter because obviously he doesn't want to specifically say what's wrong because he knows the other manager, Udinese's manager, and probably Sarri, to prepare for the derby, are going to watch this press conference. And they wish Mourinho told the exact problems in defense. But no, you gotta solve them yourself, Udinese, Gotti, Lazio, Sarri, because there will be improvements to make. And Mourinho said it himself: taking 3 goals is too much. I do expect that after he said this, now let me think about how to phrase this, because Mourinho said conceding 3 goals is too much, right? Obviously, after saying this, and he probably said this to each entire player at Roma in these past days, you would expect a reaction. You would expect a reaction from Ibanez, Mancini, Smalling, Karsdorp, and Calafiori on Vigna. You will expect a reaction. And this might be positive, because I know that the players need to perform, the players need to remain concentrated. But I think conceding 3 goals in a match will be something which Roma need to avoid. And I think they will avoid this, especially in these in these next few matches. Very tough matches. Because Mourinho made it clear, conceding 3 goals is shit. And especially when you go on a lead, when you score 2 away goals, you gotta win that match. And then obviously he was very direct to conclude this speech. He said, no excuse tomorrow. We lost. There's another match tomorrow. And that means that the spirit, and that probably means that Mourinho will start the top 11 players he usually started. Now, I think that can have a positive and negative view, however you wanna think it. Because obviously there is a big match on Sunday. So I would rather Roma win both. But if someone says you won't live if Roma win both matches, I obviously want and would like Roma to win the match against Lazio because of the rivalry. We gotta beat those rats. We gotta beat those clowns. And I can't stress this enough. Tomorrow, Udinese watch along. But on Sunday, I want you all to be here because the Lazio watch along will be one hell of a watch along. And yeah, the next question is Vigna available? And is Calafiori's idea valid, or is it aiming for a stability fullback? And Mourinho said Vigna won't be there tomorrow, so Calafiori will start. Calafiori is valid, but he's 19 years old and a few games in the Serie A. If you ask the same question to the 4 or 5 Serie A teams, I expect a little more confidence from my fullbacks to play. The boy's 19 with quality but little experience. He has time to have more maturity. Vigna will not be here tomorrow. Mourinho said it himself. So we have to expect Calafiori playing. And, Mourinho said this. Calafiori has incredible potentials. Calafiori can be the future of this club. But he is unexperienced. He doesn't have that experience that the other players have when it comes to Serie A matches. So we need time once again to make him grow. He needs to have a few more matches with the academy team, maybe. Who knows? But, the boy's 19, he said, with quality but little experience. He has incredible potentials. If he has the potentials of turning these potentials into reality. But he doesn't have experience. And when it comes to these tough matches, experience is a very, very, very key factor. So, yeah, Vigna won't be there tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be back for Lazio, for the main reason being that Calafiori is not that experienced when it comes to derbies. A derby is a big match, right? You gotta be ready for a derby. A derby is the equivalent of playing 3 matches at the same time. The spirit of the fans, both sides, Lazio fans and Roma fans. The intensity of the match will be insane. So I would start Vigna in the derby, but obviously we have to see if he's back. Now, the second to last question is, I would like to know how Cristante and Veretout are, considering the many close matches. Now, this is something I said in my predicted 11. Cristante and Veretout looked very nervous in the match against Verona and very tired at the same time. So let's see how Mourinho answered this. In some positions, it is easier to make changes with quality and experienced players. There are other roles where it is more difficult for us to do this. Usually, I don't say who plays or who doesn't, but to give an answer, I say that tomorrow there will be Cristante and Veretout. So there we go. Diawara will not play, and I got my predicted 11 wrong when it comes to the defensive midfielder, because Cristante and Veretout will play. Now, I think in this small paragraph, in this small speech, we have a hint, and Mourinho is foreshadowing AS Roma's transfer market in January. Because if you pay attention, Mourinho says, in some positions it is easier to make changes with more quality and experienced players. But there are other roles where it is much more difficult to do this. And this means that Mourinho is trying to tell the Fredkins and Thiago Pinto that, I want to make changes. I want to rest Veretout and Cristante sometimes. But their substitutions are not that experienced and are not that talented. So Mourinho is foreshadowing the fact that he wants a defensive midfielder. Zakaria? Question mark. Douglas Luiz? Question mark. But we'll speak about that in January. But it's giving us the impression that he's trying to tell the Presidentials that it is hard for him to rest Veretout and Cristante when the players who sub and substitute these two players are not that experienced. And, playing inexperienced players might lead to a terrible performance. So, in other words, he is trying to say that he's forced to start Cristante and Veretout during every game week. And now, the last question is an interesting question, because rather than speaking about his career at Roma up to now, journalists are asking Mourinho to give us an insight about something which, in my opinion, affects defeats and affects players psychologically after defeats. And I think this was a very clever question from the journalist who asked this, because he asked Mourinho, in your experience as a manager, does this euphoria depression risk also affect players? And Mourinho said, I can only influence those close to me, that is the players, not the whole environment. I liked the reactions after the victories. Once more we celebrated the goal against Sassuolo. But in other victories, I saw a balanced dressing room. Even in the defeat, I saw him sad but balanced. We need to turn sadness into motivation. Before the defeat, I also used words where I said that a season is a team with corners, and you must always drive it with concentration and with vision and tranquility. It is not a highway. That's for a team that wins all games like PSG and Bayern Munich. We have to be quiet little by little. So, Mourinho is also telling his players to be happy, to be motivated after the wins, but to be calm as well, because this just links to the fact that he needs time. So he's giving us some examples. After some wins for Sassuolo, which, El Shaarawy scored at the last minute, there was a lot of happiness and joy in the changing room. But in other wins, like Salernitana, where, we went to Salerno, we battered them 4-0, we got back to Rome. It was that quick. The players were less, they were less motivated after that win, right? Motivated is not the right term. They were less joyful after that win because it was easy for them, It was just a waste of time, we can say. So he wants this team to remain calm. But this calmness doesn't need to turn into sadness, because he wants that this potential sadness in players after Verona's defeat needs to turn into motivation. The players after this defeat don't need to go, I lost. Man, I lost. Mourinho's gonna be mad at me. No, that's not their attitude. Their attitude needs to be, okay, I lost, and now the next match I win. It's that simple. I win. 2 words to describe the next game week. I lost. Defeats happen, and Mourinho understands this as well. But this defeat will make me grow. I'm building steps. I'm gonna build on this. This is my base now. I lost. There will be more defeats. I gotta expect this. But I don't need to be depressed. And this is what every player needs to do. At the end of every defeat, the player needs to do, okay, what did I get wrong? What did I get wrong? What are my improvements? You know? And let's build on this. Let's grow on this. Let's build a tree on this. And we win. The next match we win. And, you know, in this press conference, motivation has been a real factor. Many journalists asked Mourinho, how is the team feeling after that defeat? Is the team ready for tomorrow? That is why tomorrow I think Roma will win. Because Mourinho is a mental coach as well. And he told every player that motivation is the key. And that, okay, you lost on Sunday, you win on Thursday. And after you win on Thursday, you win, beating those sewer rats on Sunday. Is that clear, team? That is exactly why I think Roma will win tomorrow. So, it was some very interesting questions which journalists asked Mourinho. Some bullshit questions like, has the balance on which you focus got a bit lost after just one defeat? So journalists, shut the F up and let us do our work. Right, let's read some comments before ending this stream. Rizy Kiro is saying, I miss English subtitles for AS Roma YouTube videos, especially press conferences. There it was at the start. Don't worry, mate, you've got me. Our strikers turn up. Abraham always puts himself in position. We just need to pass and cross better to him. That's spot on. Our fullbacks and wingers gotta give better service to him. The next start match will be tomorrow. So stay tuned. Watch along against Udinese, and then watch along on Sunday for the derby. Lorenzo P. I'm well, mate. How are you? Right. It was a quick live stream just to let you guys know what Mourinho said in his press conference. Just to let you guys know that Mourinho wants to win on Thursday, and that a win is key for the motivation of this club. Up the Roma, up the TSS. Subscribe if you're new, like this video, share it with your friends and family. And if you have some time, if you have Instagram, follow me at _, The Simon Show. What's your opinion on Kraven Mohed? I am extremely confused right now. I either got baited. What's your opinion on Kraven Mohed? I have no clue what you're saying, mate. Right, explain in the comments as soon as this becomes a video. Lads and lasses, subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram at _, The Simon Show. Watch along tomorrow, mark it on your calendars. Don't miss it, because it's a key match. And I'll catch you there. Good night, take care, Simon out.